Now on Good Morning Northwest, we are live from Boise, where in just hours, accused killer Bryan Kohberger is set to admit guilt in the UMI murders. What we know about the plea deal that's dividing the community and the victims' families.
And some cooler weather today, but that comes with issues of its own. I'm tracking gusty winds and the possibility of dry lightning in your forecast.
Every overpass, every street filled with supporters. A community united in grief as they honor two firefighters killed in Sunday's tragic ambush. The powerful tribute coming up. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robin Nance. Natalie Grant is off this week. On this Wednesday, July 2nd, we want to get straight to breaking news as Bryan Kohberger prepares to change his plea to guilty in the Idaho student murders.
But there will be a written statement on X date. I went to this home, entered it unlawfully, and committed murder with malice aforethought of the following victims. And there'll be some statement.
This morning, Bryan Kohberger will take responsibility for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students more than 2.5 years after the murders were committed. Kohberger announcing his decision to change his plea a month away from trial. Jordan Smith is live outside the Ada County Courthouse, where this hearing is just hours away. Jordan, this is really a surprising turn in the case.
Yeah, an unexpected turn of events here in this case. I mean, you said it, just hours from now, Bryan Kohberger will be inside of an Ada County courtroom and admit for his role in the murders of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Gonsalves. And for 31 months, Kohberger has maintained his innocence in this case. Him and his team have fought tooth and nail, using every legal avenue they could to put themselves in a winning position here. They even got the trial moved here to Boise, 300 miles away from where these murders took place. Kohberger, after failing to extend the trial further and introduce alternative suspects in this case, his team approached the prosecution this week to reach a deal a month away from jury selection.
And that's your duty to the community, and your duty to the families. Your duty, of course, to the fairness of Bryan Kohberger, but he's had his due process and he's getting a deal. And it's a huge deal in Idaho because it means he will not face potential execution.
And Kohberger will instead face 4 consecutive life sentences, bringing an abrupt end to this case that's been dragged out for years. But Robin, the thing that we've been harping on is that this plea deal means that several key questions go unanswered, including why these students were chosen and, of course, where that murder weapon is today. It's unclear what Kohberger will say when he does enter that guilty plea later this morning, but we'll be in the courtroom when it happens. Live in Boise this morning, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thanks so much. And he might not say anything at all. We'll be there for it, though. And now people living in Moscow, the home of the University of Idaho, are trying to process the news. Some community members say they are relieved to avoid reliving the November 2022 murders, but remain divided on whether life in prison delivers true justice.
I think it's hard on the people of Moscow, extremely hard on everybody. You know, it's just, I'm glad if they're not going to have to do that.
Many Moscow residents welcome the certainty the plea brings after months of uncertainty. Others hope the decision helps their town begin healing from the tragedy that shook the community. Stay with us all day for Jordan's continuing coverage of Bryan Kohberger's plea hearing on 4 News Now and on KXLY+. Now let's get to meteorologist Matt Gray with your first alert forecast.
And boy, Robin, it was a scorcher yesterday. We saw upper 90s in Spokane Valley, and it was really hot everywhere else in the inland Northwest, even so low 100s in the Columbia Basin. And we're seeing the after effects of that right now, where we've only cooled off to 70 at Spokane International. We've only cooled off to 71 in the valley. We're seeing middle and upper 60s in most places. Really, it's only Deer Park in just the greater Spokane Coeur d'Alene area that has dropped down into the 50s. So it is extremely mild to start our day. Some cloud cover certainly helping out with that, keeping us a little bit warmer. For today in the afternoon, not nearly as hot as it was yesterday. How about 6-7 degrees cooler for Spokane Valley, for example, with a high of 93. So generally low 90s for this afternoon across the I-90 corridor. That will feel still pretty hot, but a lot better than what we were yesterday. That cloud cover, by the way, may bring us a chance for some try-to sprinkles. I'm calling it try-to sprinkles because they're going to try, but they're not going to succeed. I mean, we may feel 1 drop of rain in your neighborhood if you're lucky enough to even get something. Cooler weather coming Thursday through Sunday. Hot weather next week. We're talking about fire danger increasing for this afternoon. Coming up in your full forecast.
We are following breaking news this morning. Blood found on Travis Decker's truck has been confirmed to match his DNA. Decker is the man accused of killing his 3 daughters, Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton, in a Chelan County campground. And this morning, he has still not been found yet. It's been a little over a month, and authorities are still on the search for him. Early on, investigators found his truck at the scene near Rock Island Campground. Along with the blood, they also tested personal items found at the scene, and those results matched as well. Since then, search teams have been working with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office to locate him. If he is not found soon, the National Park Service plans to send out water rescue teams to search the water. At this point, authorities don't know if Decker is alive or dead. The U.S. Marshals Service is offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. If you see him, call 911 right away. Decker is considered armed and dangerous. We'll update you as we learn more information. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Thank you. In a procession spanning more than 40 miles from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, every single overpass, exit, street, and parking lot filled with supporters. A procession to honor 2 North Idaho firefighters killed in Sunday's tragic ambush. Families, members of law enforcement, and total strangers gathered for Battalion Chiefs John Morrison and Frank Harwood. Bagpipes played melodies as the procession began. Helicopters flew overhead while people waved flags from every overpass, some waiting for more than an hour to pay their respects. The grief was heavy, but so was the unity.
Well, these firefighters go out and save lives, put fires out, and help people all the time, and it's an unimaginable thing that's happened, and everybody's getting out here and showing their support for what they do for us every day.
Many didn't know the firefighters personally, but one man we spoke to remembered Battalion Chief John Morrison from high school, describing him as funny and a great guy. As that procession passed through, a blanket of silence fell over the crowd, and many fought back tears as they mourned these 2 fallen heroes. And once they arrived in Coeur d'Alene, the fallen firefighters were welcomed home by the people they served for decades. A crowd filled 4th Street, gathering around the place where their caskets now lie. Family, friends, and fellow first responders stood shoulder to shoulder as the procession rolled in.
I didn't know these gentlemen personally, but I know enough of the community that did, and whatever I could do to help, I will do.
People in the crowd spoke to our crews about their love for these 2 battalion chiefs, saying they will have a lasting impact on this community. First responders have not left the side of Chiefs Morrison and Harwood since they were ambushed Sunday afternoon. A stand vigil has been in place, meaning 2 firefighters have stayed with them since they were killed, rotating shifts until these men are laid to rest. And we'll have details about that in the coming days. It's now 8 minutes after 6 o'clock. Meteorologist Matt Gray tracking some fire danger conditions for us.
Yeah, fire danger conditions. And look, it's no secret. We have had hardly any rain in many places around the inland Northwest. And as we get into the later parts of today, the winds are going to start picking up. And then for the first time in a while, we're talking about dry thunderstorms. We'll dig into it coming up here in just a few minutes.
Why is CBS paying President Trump $16 million? The surprising settlement over a 60 Minutes interview that sparked a major lawsuit. We'll explain. And a historic championship win erased from the record books. The University of Pennsylvania strips a transgender swimmer of her titles as part of a deal with the federal officials. We'll have that next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
Want to see some serious fireworks? Because we're stepping up the savings during the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Factory Direct Summit, now only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on an all-new Tempur Breeze and get a $300 gift, plus 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
First, they dip into science. Then, they dip into yum. Everyone will love the combination of crunchy sticks and creamy Nutella. Nutella and go. Dip into yum.
Your time is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The University of Pennsylvania will no longer allow transgender women to compete in female sports. The ban is part of a deal with the Trump administration, and it ends a case focused on record-setting transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, stripping her of her titles. Thomas made history in 2022, becoming the first openly transgender athlete to win an NCAA Division I title. The win sparked fierce debate over fairness, including from some of Thomas's own teammates. The NCAA still recognizes her championship win, but Penn has removed her swimming records from its website. CBS's parent company Paramount Global and President Donald Trump have reached a $16 million settlement over a lawsuit alleging election interference. The legal dispute stems from last October's 60 Minutes interview with then Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris. Trump claimed the segment was deliberately misedited on behalf of the Democratic campaign. Paramount says the settlement does not include a statement of apology or regret. The $16 million will not go to Trump himself, but will be allocated to his future presidential library.
Takeaways today in your forecast. Cooler this afternoon, but still hot by early July standards. Fire danger is going to be rising this afternoon as winds pick up, along with the dry thunderstorm possibilities we'll go over coming up.
Well, Friday's 4th of July holiday means fireworks, flags, parades, and of course, backyard barbecues. If you're planning to host family and friends to celebrate Independence Day, you can expect to pay a little bit more than last year. Wells Fargo's Agri-Food Institute says hosting a gathering this year for 10 people will cost about $130 for the food and beverages, up just 2% from last year. Burgers are always popular, but beef is up 7.4% from a year ago.
Chicken's going to be your go-to. If you really need to save that money or you want to save the money, chicken, in all formats is a good deal. If you look at it compared to incomes right now, it's at all-time affordability.
If you were adding eggs to your potato salad, those eggs are up a whopping 40% over 2024. At least it's easy to celebrate by buying American. The USDA says more than 85% of food consumed in the U.S. is produced right here at home. Good Morning Northwest time is now just about 6:14. Nearly 12 million Americans could lose health insurance under President Trump's tax bill, now headed to a House vote. We'll break down what's in the massive package and why some Republicans are having second thoughts about it. And we are giving you a live look at your Wednesday morning. This is Coeur d'Alene Park in Browns Edition, where something special is happening today. We'll talk about it after the break.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there.
We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at both Cal locations and the Cal Auto Credit Store on Division.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying payments until September 1st with top dollar for your trade-ins during Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
We know your garage door is more than just a door. It's also curb appeal and security. That's why our expertly trained technicians bring precision to every install. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and a great investment for your home. Give us a call today.
The 4th of July savings are rolling in at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means explosive lease savings on all 2025 RAV4s, fuel-efficient Toyota Prius, and rugged Tacoma trucks. Or if you'd like to tow the boat or trailer with a new Tundra truck, take advantage of a $3,000 rebate or get 1.99% financing for 60 months during the 4th of July sale.
You can find it all this week at Findlay.
Zook's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zooks. Zook's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
4 News Now is brought to you by visitlcvalley.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's now 6:17. It passed a nail-biter of a vote in the Senate. Now the House is taking up President Trump's tax and spending bill, and it's expected to face some opposition. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in D.C. with the details.
This morning, President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill faces a battle in the House.
Optimistic as always.
House Speaker Mike Johnson can only afford to lose 3 votes after the Senate worked through the night to pass it, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. Some Republicans voicing opposition to the bill's price tag, estimated to add $3.3 billion to the debt over 10 years.
I am not inclined to vote for this bill, as based on my understanding coming out of the Senate.
And House Democrats united against it.
This dangerous and extreme Republican budget will result in Americans losing their lives.
The bill includes nearly $4 trillion in tax cuts, along with new funding for immigration enforcement and defense. It would also eliminate taxes on tips and overtime, and it imposes work requirements on Medicaid. A nonpartisan analysis claims nearly 12 million Americans could lose health insurance. But President Trump insists the Medicaid cuts only target waste, fraud, and abuse. ABC's Mary Bruce pressing the president on this claim.
Are you saying that the estimated 11.8 million people who could lose their health coverage, that is all waste, fraud, and abuse?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's going to be a very much smaller number than that, and that number will be waste, fraud, and abuse.
What number is that? What analysis are you seeing?
I'm not seeing a number, but I know it's much less than the number you gave.
House Speaker Mike Johnson trying to keep his caucus in line.
They went a little further than many of us would have preferred. So a lot of work ahead, but that's the job, so we'll get it done.
Overnight, a key House panel has voted to send President Trump's signature bill to the floor. The president says he wants the bill passed by July 4th, but he acknowledges that will be very hard. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Let's take a live look now at Coeur d'Alene Park in Brown's Addition, where the first Wednesday Farmers Market of the season is set to start this morning. The Spokane Farmers Market aims to increase access to fresh, healthy, and local food and provide education about the importance of local agriculture and nutrition. in our community. And lots of fun things are always at these farmers markets.
And if you have not been previously a farmers market person, may I suggest going, because you don't think that, like, oh no, it's actually fresher, and you can tell. You can look with your eyes and you can see what's happening, I promise you.
And you see the people who are putting in the work to get it to you.
Yeah, exactly. And you might get a good deal, too. All right, so here we are this morning, starting to see at least a little bit clearing around Spokane. Still kind of looks a little dreary. Almost looks like it could try to rain in Coeur d'Alene, but that's not happening. 70 degrees in Spokane, 67 right now in CDA as we get our day started. Now we have, with the clouds overhead today, we've tried, or they've been trying to get some rain going. For the most part, have been pretty unsuccessful. But I do want to show you a couple of areas we're looking at. First of all, right around the Emerald Creek area, just down the road from Santa. That's where we're seeing a little bit of rain trying to get itself going. That's going to eventually track up towards Calder and the St. Joe River. You may get a sprinkle out of this just because it's early in the morning. Otherwise, like that little sprinkle there around T-Code, I don't think anything's going to be reaching the ground. If it is, it might be like one drop of rain. You know, when that happens and you look up and you go, wait, is it raining or is it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm imagining things. It's going to be that kind of morning for some of us. Same for the Pomeroy area. This little sprinkle here right around the Turner area this morning. The humidity is about as high as it's going to get today, and that's not great when you're talking about percentages in the 30s and 40s in some places. So it is going to be another very dry afternoon. We'll get drier and drier as the morning goes on, and that means that it becomes less and less likely that any showers or isolated storms that develop today will be able to produce anything in the way of wet weather. So we're going to be looking right around the state line here as we get into midday for these one or two little shower, thunderstorm type things to pop up. Really, I'm just a little concerned about isolated lightning, especially as we head into the early afternoon. And so I think we're going to end up heating up pretty quickly with us starting off fairly warm. Once we get into the afternoon, however, it's going to be more about the wind than anything else as some of this moisture kind of moves on. So we start off temperatures in the 70s, as we mentioned, 80s as we head towards noon, and then upper 80s, low 90s. Notice how the winds increase as we go through the day. So once we get towards lunchtime, sustained about 13 to 15 miles an hour. We'll see gusts in the 20s. There are red flag warnings up for central Washington. Please be careful today while conditions are still breezy after it was so hot yesterday, Robin.
Yeah.
You know, that is a recipe for things to get out of hand. Let's give our fire crews a break here before the holiday.
Yeah.
And things look a lot better by then.
Definitely. Good idea, Matt. Thank you very much. It is now 6:22. They're calling it November Mania, an 18-team tournament featuring some of the best that college basketball has to offer. And to no one's surprise, the Zags are in the mix. What we know about the 2025 Players Eras Festival next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
Welcome to Olympus Living, where compassionate care meets vibrant living. Choose your independent lifestyle with our spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath cottages or our tower apartments, offering 1 or 2-bedroom options with lovely views. Our independent and assisted living communities provide personalized support, private, beautiful surroundings, and engaging activities designed to enrich our residents. Here, your loved ones enjoy independence with peace of mind, knowing help is always nearby. Find out how we are reinventing retirement today at OlympusLivingSV.com.
We invite you to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together. As the area's only non-smoking casino, we're proud to be the place that treats you right. Stay and play, enjoy live table games, your favorite gaming machines, and bet on your favorite players and sports with Caesars Sportsbook. Check out our event space for your next special gathering. We're located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Plan your visit today at Missisquoi.com.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away.
You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. With the 2025-26 Gonzaga basketball schedule just about near completion, one of those final scheduled dominoes fell yesterday with the reveal of the Players Era Festival slate. Gonzaga joins an 18-team field featuring some of the top-ranked preseason teams. Some of them are like St. John's, Michigan, Houston, Iowa State. A huge expansion from just 8 teams in the field last season. Oregon were the champs a year ago. Now, you're watching these opponents Gonzaga's going to face right now, the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Maryland Terrapins. Alabama, runner-ups in last season's tourney, Maryland joining the field for the very first time. The champion earning $1 million towards their NIL program. The whole pot this season, though, $20 million. Gonzaga tipping off their opening game. They're up against the Crimson Tide on Monday, November 24th. That's at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Then they play Maryland at the same time the next day on Tuesday, the 25th. Now, all the teams that go 2-0 through their 2 games earn a spot in the championship pool, where the 2 best in that pool, through point differential, points scored against tiebreakers, will then face off in the championship game. And the next pair of teams, they'll play in the 3rd place game. Both of those games are going to be on Wednesday, November 26th. The newest member of the WCC has arrived. Seattle U Redhawks are now in the conference, starting up yesterday. They joined Gonzaga and Washington State in basketball for the upcoming season before the Zags and Cougs, of course, depart for the Pac-12 in 2026. This marks a return to the conference for the Redhawks. 45 years ago they were here, but then they dropped out of Division I for a long while, and 15 years ago they've been in the WAC. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports. Check us out at 6 and Nightside here on 4 News Now.
Good morning. Northwest Time is now 6:27. We will take you live to Boise, where in a couple of hours, accused U of I killer Bryan Kohberger will plead guilty. What we know about the plea deal and what the victims' families think about it just ahead. And it was believed to have been intentionally set to lure firefighters to an ambush. This morning, that fire is still burning. The Canfield Mountain firefight next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
First, they dip into science. Then, they dip into yum. Everyone will love the combination of crunchy sticks and creamy Nutella. Nutella and go. Dip into yum.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin D punches back harder. Get fast, powerful relief of your worst symptoms, like nasal congestion. Claritin clears.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We want to get straight to breaking news in the Bryan Kohberger trial. Jordan Smith is live in Boise this morning, where Kohberger is expected to change his plea to guilty for the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. Jordan?
Yeah, that's right, Robin. A stark change in this case. For 2.5 years, Bryan Kohberger has maintained his innocence in this case, and now he's going to walk that back later this morning and change his plea to guilty for the murders of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves. And throughout this entire process, throughout this marathon of court hearings, we haven't heard Kohberger speak in court since his arraignment. And when the judge asked him if he understood the charges he was facing, he gave them simple one-word responses. And since then, his attorneys have done the talking. But in order to enter a guilty plea, a defendant must enter the plea himself. No one can enter it on his behalf. So, hours from now, Kohberger is expected to admit to breaking into that Moscow home on the morning of November 13th and murdering those 4 students.
I would prefer to see something a little more involved than your typical factual basis for a plea that involves, a real confession here by Kohberger. And I hope we see something like that. We still might, but given the speed that they're doing this, I kind of doubt we will.
Now, the defense ordinarily would have to provide some sort of factual basis for pleading guilty, so it'll be interesting to see if any new information about this case will be disclosed. But unless Kohberger or the defense offers up any information, likely a lot of questions will still kind of go unanswered, including the motivation behind these murders, why these students were chosen, and again, the question of where that murder weapon is, Robin.
Yeah, we all want answers. And Jordan, people behind you, there's a line growing that's been outside the courthouse for hours. Who will actually be allowed in the courtroom and who will be there today?
Yeah, so family of the victims will be allowed in. That line behind me is mostly made up of reporters. It's about 30 people deep at this point. But we do know that Ethan Chapin's parents will be in court today to support this plea agreement. We also know that Madison Mogen's parents will be releasing a statement after today's hearing. And we found out last night, too, that Kohberger's parents are on the way. They should be here for this hearing as well, though they have asked the media and the public to respect their privacy through this process. We don't expect to hear from them today. Reporting live in Boise this morning, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now. Robin.
Jordan, thanks so much. And families of the victims have been speaking to national news sources and on social media, sharing their thoughts on Kohberger changing his plea. Kaylee's father, Steve Goncalves, talked with CNN's Jim Sciutto.
This isn't what we should be doing. You don't deal with terrorists, and you don't deal with people who kill your kids in their sleep. So, we'll never see this as justice.
The family of Ethan Chapin telling Boise news station KTVB they support the plea deal. In a statement sent to that station, posted on Instagram, saying the Chapins will be in Boise tomorrow, July 2nd, in support of the plea bargain. That statement was sent from Ethan's mom, Stacy Chapin. And stay with us all day for Jordan's continuing coverage of Bryan Kohberger's plea hearing on 4 News Now and on KXLY+. Now, let's get to your first alert forecast. Here's meteorologist Matt Gray.
It was a scorcher yesterday, Robin, and we're still seeing the effects of that this morning as it is incredibly warm to start our day. 70 degrees in Spokane. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were struggling to hit 70 degrees a couple weekends ago. 67 in Coeur d'Alene right now. Sun's starting to come out, but we're going to see some clouds moving in from time to time. That's going to be part of the reason why we're going to see much cooler weather today. Low 90s, Spokane into the Coeur d'Alene area, mid 90s. Still going to feel pretty hot, even though it will not be triple digits like we saw yesterday around Moses Lake. Grand Coulee at 97 and close to triple digits again in the LC Valley, along with Omak in the upper 90s. So cooler, but still hot by, I would say, most folks' standards for this afternoon. In addition to this afternoon, part of the cooling trend we're going to see for the rest of this week is some gusty winds, bringing that in through the Cascades. Really tough conditions here this afternoon. Fire weather warning basically from the Omak area south all the way through Grant County and down to the Tri-Cities. Gusts as high as 30 to 40 miles an hour. Very low humidities. As those winds pick up, the fire danger will be increasing dramatically as we go through the afternoon. So be extremely careful in these areas highlighted in this purple area, which is for Grant, Douglas, parts of Adams County, parts of Okanogan County as well. I mentioned a cooling trend because it does look like things are going to be much hotter as we head later on in the forecast. We're talking about next week. Looking like we're off to a hot start to July. We'll take a look at your extended forecast and the possibility of 1 or 2 dry thunderstorms today coming up.
We are following breaking news. Washington is taking the federal government to court. The state is suing the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, accusing it of handing over private health data to immigration agents. The lawsuit was filed yesterday in federal court, and it argues that what happened here violates Federal Medicaid Act. Now, that law has been around since 1965, and in response, Attorney General Nick Brown says Medicaid records were given to Homeland Security, then used for immigration enforcement. He calls it a violation of privacy and a breach of trust. In a statement, Brown said in part, the data of Washington residents should not go towards creating a database of personal information or use so ICE can deport undocumented immigrants. Governor Bob Ferguson is also weighing in, calling the whole thing outrageous. He also says the Trump administration crossed the line by using private health data to target immigrant families. And Washington isn't alone in this fight. Other states have also sued the government over this as well. And we'll keep an eye on this case and bring you updates as we get them in. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Thank you. The fire on Canfield Mountain that law enforcement believe was set intentionally to lure firefighters into that deadly ambush is still burning. In the latest update from the Idaho Department of Lands, they say the Nettleton Gulch fire is 38 acres large and 15% contained. Canfield Mountain is closed to the public until July 15th while fire crews work to put it out. But despite all this, those who live nearby say they're not concerned.
Our firefighters are really professionals. They know what they're doing, and we appreciate them very much.
The Idaho Department of Lands says a crew of 100 firefighters have established a fire hose perimeter around the flames and are working to set up additional water access on the mountain. Idaho Senator Mike Crapo released a statement honoring the firefighters killed and injured in that ambush, reading, "As Idahoans and as a nation, we are forever in debt to these men who paid the ultimate price while protecting their fellow firefighters, community homes, and surrounding neighborhoods. I continue to pray for Coeur d'Alene Fire Department engineer Dave Tisdall, who was in critical condition, and the other innocent first responders who came under fire and eliminated the threats." If you would like to support any of the affected families of these firefighters through your donations, there are several ways how. First, you can donate directly to the 3 families impacted, or you can donate in person to First Interstate Bank. The Red and Blue Foundation is also accepting donations. However, fire officials warn for you not to donate to any organizations claiming to represent them other than First Interstate Bank. They worry about potential scams. For a full list with links on how to donate verified accounts, look for this story on KXLY.com. Good morning. Northwest time is 6:37. Let's check in again with meteorologist Matt Gray. Want to heat up again?
Yeah, we are going to heat up again. And through the course of this morning, as we work our way into the 80s, winds are going to start picking up. And it may look like rain from time to time. Don't think the skies are going to be very successful, though, in trying to produce that rain. Your forecast for the day coming up.
A robot named Vulcan could help you get your next Amazon order a little sooner. We'll explain how next. And as we go to break, here's a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
This morning's GMA First Look, the battle of the brands. Lululemon accusing Costco of selling knockoff versions of a variety of the brand's most popular hoodies, jackets, and pants. The lawsuit alleging the wholesale giant has chosen to copy rather than compete and unlawfully traded upon Lululemon's reputation, goodwill, and sweat equity by selling unauthorized and unlicensed apparel. One of the items in question includes this Costco Danskin half-zip hoodie, shown in the lawsuit side by side with the Lululemon Scuba hoodie.
We're seeing a lot more dupe lawsuits as brands are noticing that people are seeking out dupes, that they are just as excited about dupes as they are about the original product.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this clash of retail giants. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make a little one feel like a giant, can bring sparkle to a teenager, or be the unspoken language between best buddies. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch as they welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 11 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, is helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
From urgent AC repairs to full system replacements, Bill's Heating and AC has you covered. See why thousands of local homeowners trust us for fast, honest heating and cooling services. We offer free second opinions, a lowest price guarantee, weekend service, free equipment quotes, and upfront pricing with no surprises. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make this summer more comfortable than ever.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve.
After my recent accident, I called Craig Swap and Associates. They treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
It's the extended Memorial Day sale at Denver Mattress.
Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Purple, or save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 60 months no interest and free shipping.
Hurry, the extended Memorial Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. It's 6:42. A suspicious package caused the evacuation of the Safeway at Mission and Hamilton in Spokane yesterday. SPD say a man found the package nearby and took it to the store yesterday. He believed it was an explosive. Officers closed off the store's parking lot. Everyone was safely evacuated from the building. The bomb squad took pictures and examined the package, but could not determine if it was actually an explosive. Police say it was at least made to look like one, but will continue to investigate.
Takeaways today in your forecast. Cooler this afternoon, but still, for the most part, kind of hot out there with temperatures in the 90s. Fire dangers rising with winds and a couple of dry storms in the forecast.
The Amazon Center in Spokane is testing a brand new AI-powered robot arm that can help your next order get to your door quicker. The robot is called Vulcan, and it helps sort products from the Amazon warehouse before they go into packages. The Spokane facility is the second one in the world to have this technology. It's the first one in North America. The site leader at the facility says with Prime Day expanding to 4 days this year, they hope these robots will be able to help with higher volumes of orders on those days.
We have processes built all around it as well, where obviously we need humans to do those things. So it doesn't necessarily take any roles. It just helps us build out a platform to either train our associates in different functions.
The Spokane Fulfillment Center currently has 4 sets of machines it's developing right now. It hopes to expand the amount of robots it can use, both at this facility in Spokane and at others across the country. Good morning, Northwest Time is now 6:44. We'll have Matt's full forecast right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Shopping for quality tires but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats Perfection.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at both Cal locations and the Cal Auto Credit Store on Division.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying payments until September 1st with top dollar for your trade-ins during Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
The 4th of July sale is on now at More Furniture with explosive savings on premium mattresses. Choose from your favorites like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy and save up to $600 on select premium mattress sets. Best of all, for a limited time, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. That's 72 equal monthly payments, no interest and no money down, plus free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Visit More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Dealing with the insurance company after a car wreck can be an intense game.
A game of offense versus defense.
I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And I'm attorney Jim Hill.
We know that winning against the insurance company can be tough.
And they'll do anything to keep you from getting the compensation you're entitled to.
But we know the playbook to beating them.
And we love scoring big for you, so you can get all the money you deserve.
So don't be on the losing side.
Call Russell and Hill.
We have the playbook to win.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats Perfection.
Crave returns to the Spokane Valley July 17th through 19th. Tickets on sale now.
Your time is 6:47. Hey, they are setting up right now. This is a live look at Coeur d'Alene Park in Browns Addition, setting up for the first Wednesday farmers market there. Spokane Farmers Market. It's going to be toasty later.
Yeah, it is going to be toasty again later, but not even close to what we saw yesterday. You know, we got up to 99 at Feltz Field yesterday.
Wow.
I mean, it was out there. I was watering the plants, trying to keep them alive last night. And it was, that remains to be seen. TBD.
We'll find out.
Check back next week. We'll see how many survived. 70 degrees right now. It is quite warm. And take a look off behind the Spokane Arena. You can see those bubbling clouds there. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Here's what you can expect through the morning. Variable cloud cover across eastern Washington and North Idaho. A very small chance of 1 or 2 drops of rain here through the morning hours. And we will see that variable cloud cover. Winds will begin to pick up as we head towards 10, 11 o'clock, and our temperatures will work their way from the 70s into the low 80s by 10 or 11. Now, those bubbling clouds is an attempt by our atmosphere to try to produce a little bit of rain. Now, I don't think much rain is actually going to fall considering our humidity and that lowest level of the atmosphere is so low today. So we're likely going to see dry showers where you see the rains falling and then it evaporates before it hits the ground, but also dry thunderstorms. And in fact, just to the north of Pomeroy and the Chard area, we do have a couple of lightning strikes from this shower that's now going to be crossing the Snake River, headed up towards the Dusty and Colfax area. This is important here because it is very, very dry. So dry lightning is the last thing we need, even if it's just a couple of strikes. If you see something down here, make sure that you are calling things in. If we do see these later today, maybe those lightning strikes as temperatures heat up may start to kind of produce, unfortunately, some smoke or some fire out of that. That's why we get so concerned about dry lightning. So let's talk about the rest of the morning here. Whatever these showers kind of continue to be, these showers and light dry thunderstorms, they'll track to the north towards the I-90 corridor. It's going to be during the morning hours, the way things have been trending recently, through about noon or so, that we'll have that opportunity right around the state line on either side to see some isolated shower and storm activity. We'll see by the late afternoon, it's going to be moving on, that moisture, and then it's going to be all about the winds. And temperatures in the mid and upper 90s still in the Columbia Basin, where we have these fire weather warnings. Well, guess what? That is no surprise that we would have all those things combining together with those gusts as high as 40 miles an hour in places like Mansfield and Douglas County, to where we will have critical fire conditions. So please be careful as we head through the rest of today. We will be much cooler by the 4th of July, but still, it is very dry. So just be careful out there as we get into the holiday weekend.
Yeah, I want to give a special shout out right now to the wildland firefighters out there. It is National Wildland Firefighting Day, and we appreciate all you do. 10 minutes now before the hour, your morning sprint is coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
When it comes to buying used vehicles, we know that there's a lot of options for you out there.
Make Colville Toyota your first option for quality used vehicles.
Before our cars hit the lot, we inspect and repair any issues that we may find. We care about our customers and our cars, and it shows with the extra TLC that we put into them.
If you're in the market for a new, used, or certified vehicle, come to Colville Toyota and buy with confidence.
Because we're your small town dealership with a big heart.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
The Central Dog Wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings right now at all Walker's Furniture locations. It's the perfect time to upgrade for less with store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals. Or get it now and pay for it over time with no money down and no interest financing for up to 5 years. No need to wait. Bring home comfort for less and get that Serta or Beauty Rest mattress you've been wanting, because these 4th of July savings are too big to miss. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
One of the most iconic bands in rock history, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, bring the Rock Party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint. We will see a mix of sun and clouds today with a light breeze. Meteorologist Matt Gray has your forecast. That's actually heating up again. Hannah Joy is in studio with new information in the search for Travis Decker, the man accused of killing his 3 little girls. But first, Jordan Smith live outside the Ada County Courthouse, where Brian Koberger, the man accused of killing 4 U of I students, will plead guilty today. Jordan?
Yep, a change of pace here in this 2.5-year-long case. Brian Koberger expected to plead guilty to the murders of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Gonsalves. 11 a.m. Boise time, we will see Brian enter that plea. And victims' family members, including Madison Mogen's and Ethan Chapin's, will be in attendance And Brian Koberger's parents expected to be here as well. We'll be inside that courtroom when it happens and give you the very latest updates throughout the day as soon as we learn more.
And stay with us all day for Jordan's continuing coverage of Brian Koberger's plea hearing on 4 News Now and on KXLY+.
For today, it will be hot again, but not nearly as hot as yesterday. We'll also have a chance, it's not very good, but it is not zero, for a couple of sprinkles and perhaps even a dry lightning strike as we get through the morning hours. Winds are going to be picking up, shower chances decreasing very quickly as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low 90s for today, and those winds will heighten the fire danger for the late afternoon and early evening.
The fire on Canfield Mountain, believed set to lure firefighters into a deadly ambush, is still burning. The latest update from the Idaho Department of Land says the Nettleton Gulch fire is 38 acres large and 15% contained. 100 firefighters are on scene, and Canfield Mountain remains closed to the public through July 15th. A suspicious package caused the evacuation of the Safeway at Mission and Hamilton in Spokane. Spokane police say a man found the package nearby and took it to the store yesterday. He believed it was an explosive. Officers closed off the store's parking lot and everyone was safely evacuated from the building. The bomb squad took pictures and examined the package, but could not determine if it was actually an explosive. Police say it was at least made to look like an explosive. They will continue investigating.
We are following breaking news this morning. Blood found on Travis Decker's truck matches his DNA. Decker is the man accused of killing his 3 daughters, Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton, at a Chelan County campground. And it's been a little over a month, and authorities are still looking for him. If he is not found soon, the National Park Service plans to send out water rescue teams to search the water. Authorities don't know if Decker is alive or dead, so if you have seen him, call 911 right away. Decker is considered armed and dangerous. We will update you as this story develops.
In a procession spanning more than 40 miles from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, people lined overpasses and streets to honor 2 fallen firefighters, Battalion Chiefs John Morrison and Frank Harwood. Families, law enforcement, and strangers stood together, some waiting more than an hour to pay their respects. As bagpipes played and helicopters flew overhead, a silence fell over the crowd, many fighting back tears to honor the heroes lost in Sunday's ambush. And once they arrived in Coeur d'Alene, the fallen firefighters were welcomed home by the people they served for decades. A vigil has been in place since Sunday, with firefighters taking shifts to stay by their side until they're laid to rest. If you would like to support any of the affected families of these firefighters through donations, there are several ways you can do that. First, you can donate directly to the 3 families impacted, or donate in person to First Interstate Bank. The Red and Blue Foundation is also accepting donations. For a full list with links, verified links, and how to donate, look for this story on KXLY.com. Del Monte Foods is heading into bankruptcy. The 135-year-old company reached an agreement with some key lenders to put together more than $900 million in financing. It'll keep operations going as Del Monte looks for a buyer. A data breach at Medicare may have put the personal information of about 100,000 people at risk. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services says hackers may have gotten data including names, addresses, and medical treatment information. The FBI will soon have a new home, moving out of the J. Edgar Hoover building 3 blocks away to the Ronald Reagan building. The Hoover building has been in disrepair for years, and both Maryland and Virginia tried to lure the government agency to its suburbs. For updates on when and how that move will be complete, tune in to Good Morning America. And we give you a live look at Coeur d'Alene Park, where the Spokane Farmers Market is just about an hour away from kicking off. We'll be back with the final.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
You would never go years without changing your oil. Did you know not maintaining your water heater can cause serious issues? Sediment can reduce efficiency, causing higher energy bills leaks, and water heater failure. Sediment also causes bacteria that impacts water quality. An annual flush is the best defense against costly damage to your home, health, and wallet. Right now, Gold Seal Plumbing is offering an $89 water heater flush to keep your home and family safe and worry-free. So call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Well, looking out over a mix of sun and clouds here this morning, which will continue through at least lunchtime, to where we may see 1 or 2 dry thunderstorms try and work their way across the inland northwest. Remember, if you hear thunder, see lightning, make sure you're reporting any smoke that comes after that, or be on the lookout for those things. Fire danger going up as the winds increase for this afternoon. It'll bring in significantly cooler temperatures by the 4th of July. The 4th forecast actually looking very nice. And then we're heating up again by next Tuesday. By the way, next Tuesday looks like a repeat of yesterday. It'll be very hot out there.
Wow. All right, Matt, thanks so much. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts next.